Hey everyone, my name is Allie and welcome to my channel, and as you can see I'm in a slightly different spot right now. I'm in the same spot, just different position I guess. I'm standing, so typically I sit down when I do my videos, but today I'm going to be standing because I'm going to be doing the How Well Do I Know My Books challenge. So this is from Jesse the Reader. He's the one that created this challenge, and I also saw it on Lindsay Literally's channel. So I mean, I love this challenge. I think it's so cool, so interesting, so different, and I just had to do it. So I asked you guys on Twitter to send me numbers between like 1 through 10 and 1 through 30, and I'm going to be going through my bookshelves with whatever random numbers that you guys chose and answering the questions that correspond to each number, I guess. Like, we're just gonna go through each question, do the corresponding numbers, and it's gonna be a lot of fun. Okay, so the first little question thing is without looking at the description, tell us what the book is about. And for that question, I got the numbers 8 and 8. So I'm going to be going to my 8th shelf and to the 8th book across. You can't see all of my shelves. I have 3 different shelves. So I'm just going to be going through them. I might not show every single time I go through a shelf, but just know that I'm doing it.
6, 7, 8.
Okay, so the 8th one is on the bottom, so I'm gonna go down to the bottom. So again, the question is, without looking at the description, tell us what the book is about. And the book that I have right here is Star Wars: A New Hope, The Princess, the Scoundrel, and the Farm Boy by Alexander Bracken. And I'm pretty sure that this is just a novelization of A New Hope, kind of told from each different perspective, like Luke, Leia, and Han's perspective. So I'm pretty sure that's what the book is about. I don't think it's super complicated, haven't read it, but I do own it, and only because I took it from my cousin. So yep, it just says that Alexander Bracken gives the retelling of A New Hope. So I was pretty much absolutely correct. Let's give me a point. So the next question is, without looking it up, what is the genre of this next book? So for that one, the 2 numbers that I got were 10 and 25. So I'm gonna go to my 10th shelf and my 25th book. So that's gonna be my last shelf on my black bookshelf. So 1 second. So again, the question is, without looking it up, what genre is this book? And I have Orpheus Girl by Bryn Rebel Henry. This is an arc of this book, and I am fairly certain that it's contemporary, but with a little bit of like a magical twist, and I'm pretty sure that's correct. I'll let you guys know in editing if that's true. Editing Alley here. Technically, Orpheus Girl is contemporary, but it's also kind of a retelling, so I'll just give myself a half point for that one. The third question is, without looking at the book, what is on the cover? And for that question, I got the corresponding numbers of 9 and 14, so that's also going to be on my black bookshelf, and I'll have to look at what the 14th book is. So the 14th book on my 9th shelf is If We Were Villains, and I'm pretty sure that there's a skull on the cover. I'm gonna put the cover right here. Am I correct? Because I'm not holding it. It's still on my bookshelf over there, and I don't know. I'm pretty sure it's a skull. There might be a book. There might also be a sword, a knife, a dagger, something like that. I know it's black, like the background is black, and then I'm pretty sure that there's a skull, a book, and a dagger. That's what I'm gonna say. So here's the cover right here. I'm gonna go get it. Okay, I have it in my hands. I haven't looked at it, so we're gonna see. Am I correct? Oh, I was pretty close. So there is a skull. That's kind of a sword, but there's no book on it. I totally thought that there was a book underneath the skull, but I guess not. But I was pretty close. I mean, I don't think that's a full point, maybe a half point. Question number 4 is, without looking it up, what is the character's name? And for that one, I got the corresponding numbers of 6 and 17, so what is the main character's name?
6.
Okay, so my 6th shelf is one that you can actually see. It's this top shelf right here. I'm counting these 2 little cubes as one shelf. So I'm gonna go to the 17th book.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17.
I got A Midsummer Night's Dream by William Shakespeare. Oh my gosh. Okay, so there are so many characters in this play. I will not be able to say every single character, especially since I've only read this play once, and it was about 5 years ago. So it's gonna be really difficult to name every single character. Titania, I'm pretty sure is the character. Queen Mab, I'm pretty sure is the character. Oh gosh, I'm blanking. I love how like the second I like look at it, I'm like, oh, I've blanked on every single one. Robin Goodfellow, I'm pretty sure is Puck's name. Puck is a pretty like important character, so I'd hope I not forget his name. Oh god, I've blanked on every single name in this play. It's just so sad. I mean, should we look at the character list now? Like, there is no way I'm gonna think of any other names. So I've got Titania, Queen Mab, and Puck. This is really, really, really sad and very, very disturbing. Okay, so here's the character page on the play, and I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be like main character. I don't really know if this has a main character, but we have the four lovers, Hermia, Lysander, oh my god, Helena, Demetrius. Then there's Theseus and, oh, I just forgot. Oh, Nick Bottom. Oh my gosh, I forgot every single person. Oberon, Titania, Robin Goodfellow, or Puck. Yeah, that was really depressing. I need to go and rethink my life. The next question is, without looking, what is the name of a side character? And for that one, I got the corresponding numbers of 5 and 11. So that's definitely going to be the very bottom shelf of this bookshelf, and it's going to be very interesting because I haven't really read any of those books. Okay, so it's definitely a book I haven't read yet, and it's Ever the Hunted by Erin Summerell. Haven't read this book yet. It's super cute, super gorgeous. Haven't read it yet. I'm going to guess that a side character's name is going to be something sort of fantasy related. So I'm going to go with, we'll say Amaryl. I don't know, that's just a fantasy name that just came in my brain, and Amaryl. We're gonna go with Amaryl. I know it's definitely not that, but this is a fantasy, so I figured let's come up with like kind of a different, interesting, eccentric sounding name. Let's see, I'm just gonna open up to a random page and see if there's like a character name on it. There's a character named Cohen, so I don't know if that's like a person, an animal, a fantastical being, but there's a character named Cohen, so definitely did not get a point on that one. So the next question is, guess how many pages the book has without looking. If you guess below 25 or above 25, then you can totally get the point. So let's see what the numbers are going to be. So the numbers are 6 and 28, so 6 is also going to be this top shelf right here, and I will go to the 28th book.
13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 28.
Okay, so the 28th book technically is Hamlet. So what was the question again? How many pages are in Hamlet? So I think that kind of varies between different like versions of the text. I want to say that there's around 325 pages in Hamlet. I want to say, I'm going to check right now. Actually, with this version, it might be shorter. I'm going to go with 220 pages because this is a different version than my other Hamlet, and it's a bit shorter. Here it is. Here's my copy of Hamlet. As I show, it's a bit shorter, so we're going to see how many pages are in it. Oh wow, I'm pretty close. I said 220, right? Roll back the tape. It might be shorter. I'm gonna go with 220 pages. So this book is 216 pages long, which is only 4 off of 220, which means that I get the point. The next question, let's go on to the next one. It is, without looking it up, what rating did you give this book? If you land on a book you haven't read, pick a new set of numbers. So let's look at the numbers. The numbers are 3 and 13, so that's going to be this middle shelf right here, and I've read every single book on this middle shelf, and they're all my favorites, so this will probably be super easy.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
So the 13th book on this shelf is none other than one of my all-time favorite books of ever, Crooked Kingdom by Leigh Bardugo, and I clearly gave this book 5 out of 5 stars. I cried, I laughed, I died, other people died, and it was just a really fun, emotional time. And I definitely gave it 5 out of 5 stars. I already know that, I get the point. The next question is, without looking, where does this book take place? And for that one, I have the numbers 8 and 24, so that's definitely going to be either, I think, on this bookshelf or that bookshelf, so we're gonna see. Okay, so I did have to go around because I didn't have enough books on that shelf to get to 24, but technically, when I went around, the 24th book was A Love in the Time of Cholera. I don't know why I said A Love in the Time of Cholera. That doesn't make sense. Love in the Time of Cholera by Gabriel Garcia Marquez. This was one of my favorite books in high school. Love it. It's so good. And this book definitely takes place in South America, though I'm not sure exactly where in South America. But I know it's near the coast, so I'm guessing the Caribbean. And yeah, I mean, the only reason I know that is because some of the parts of the book take place on the coast, like in different ships and whatever. So definitely South America, definitely Caribbean. Let's see. It's very dusty. Okay, so it says so begins this story set in a country on the Caribbean coast of South America. Unnamed country, Caribbean coast, South America. I get a point. The next question is, without looking, what are the parents' names in this book? So for this one, I got the numbers 9 and 28, so let's see what happens. So this isn't a book that I've read yet. I got Not Even Bones by Rebecca Schaeffer, and I have not read this book yet, and I don't even know if the parents are alive or dead in this one, so I'm pretty sure, actually, I think only the mom is alive. Don't know her name. I'm gonna go with something like Isabel. So I looked through the first couple pages of this book. It does not say the mother's name, even though she's in the first scene. So I don't know if I got a point with that. I'm gonna say no point because I haven't even read this book yet. Okay, so the next question is, without looking at the hardback, what is the color underneath the dust jacket? So for this question, I got the corresponding numbers of 7 and 21. So I think that's gonna be the second shelf on this bookshelf. Okay, so there were a couple of paperbacks on this shelf, but the hardcover I did get was Wink Puppy Midnight, and I know that that's kind of like a black dust jacket with like some really pretty flowers on it, lots of reds and oranges and yellows, and I'm pretty sure that under the book it's going to be red. I want to say it's going to be either red or orange, maybe yellow, but a different color other than black, because I'm pretty sure that when I bought it, I remember it being red. So I'm going to go check. So here's the book, and here's the reveal. It's red! I had a feeling it was going to be a color, because I always check what it looks like underneath the dust jacket, just in case it has something cute right here. A lot of times it doesn't, but that's okay. I still like to check. And I got that one right. The next question is, without looking, is there anything underneath the dust jacket, like on the actual hardcover? Is there like an emblem or an imprint or something? So the corresponding numbers are 3 and 19, so that's also going to be on my favorite shelf, so I should know if there's something underneath the dust jacket. Like, I'm pretty sure I should know.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 19.
So I did have to go around once while I was counting this, and I also forgot what number it was, and I was like, oh, I thought it was 21, it's 20. And the 20th book, once I've gone around, is The Queen's Rising, and I just read this book very recently, last month, not June, but May. And I know for a fact that there is nothing on the cover of this book, because I totally thought there would be, but there's not, and I already know it. Also, it does have decal edges, but that doesn't really count. So let's see. I know that it doesn't. Yay! It doesn't have anything on the dust jacket. It's just a very nice color of blue. The next question is, without taking the dust jacket off, what is the color of the font on the hardback? So for this one, I got the corresponding numbers of 7 and 17. So that's also going to be in this bookshelf, the middle row. Okay, so the book that I ended up picking was Undead Girl Gang by Lily Anderson. And I want to say that the color underneath this is either going to be white like the Girl Gang or green, and I'm gonna have to choose between those two. I really can't remember. Actually, it might be pink. It might be pink. I'm gonna go with pink. That seems like that's what it's gonna be. It's gonna be pink. It's gonna be pink. I was so right. I know my books way too well, and this is actually really sad. This is the reason why I'm getting so many of these questions right, especially ones that have to do with like the hardcover, is because I sincerely do check every single time I buy a hardcover if there's anything cool going on with it, and I will just stand here and just look at my hardcovers because I love them so much, and you know, I think they're so beautiful. So that's how I know that these, like, what these are. And I just had a feeling it was pink. I'm like, it could be green, it could be white, because that's what the title is right there. But there's a lot of pink accents on the book. So I'm like, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be pink, and I was so right. The next question is, without looking, do the chapters have titles or are they just numbered? And for that one, I have the corresponding numbers of 5 and 29. So I'm pretty sure it's gonna be on this shelf at the very bottom. Don't have a lot of books on that shelf, but we're gonna try anyway. Okay, so the 29th book on this shelf is, funny enough, a Haunted Mansion book from Disneyland. This is all about the history of the Haunted Mansion. It says From the Magic Kingdom to the Movies by Jason Sorrell. This is the updated 40th anniversary edition. I got this when I was about 17, so it's probably now the 50th anniversary edition is probably out there somewhere. Actually, probably not. I'm not 27, I'm 24. For some reason, I forgot how old I was. But definitely not 50th yet. Whew. Oh my gosh, I felt old for a second. Which, I mean, I feel old all the time. I mean, I'm always having that existential crisis. It's so awesome and fun and super draining. I know that there are chapters in this, and I'm pretty sure that they're like really pretty, like, what's that, like, just the fleur-de-lis. I'm pretty sure kind of similar to anything like Haunted Mansion-esque, so it's going to be a little scary. There might be actually the pattern from the walls of the Haunted Mansion. I will put a picture right here for your viewing pleasure if you've never been to the Haunted Mansion, which you haven't. Go to the Haunted Mansion. Go get a ticket to Disneyland. Go stand in line for the Haunted Mansion. It's really short right now. And go on the Haunted Mansion at least like 5 times, because it's literally one of my favorite rides ever. It's so good. So we're going to look. Here we have it. I'm going to show you guys what a chapter in this book looks like, if I can find one. They're pretty long chapters. So, oh, here we go. I don't know if that's technically a chapter though. Like, I guess not. I guess there's really nothing on the chapter pages except for a picture and, you know, the font of the Haunted Mansion. So I definitely got that one wrong, but I do love the Haunted Mansion. I've read this book so many times, and I can't believe I got that one wrong, but I mean, that's just what happens here. Okay, so I only have 3 more numbers left, so I'm only going to do 3 more questions. Even though there are so many more questions left to do, I'm just going to do the next 3. The next question is, without looking at it, does the book have an award on the cover? So for that one, I got the corresponding numbers of 6 and 13, so that's going to be this top shelf, and I will number them off to 13. Okay, so the 13th book that I have on this shelf is actually Legendary by Stephanie Garber. And I know for a fact that there is no award on this book, unfortunately. I did give it a 3 out of 5 stars, so I mean, I'm not surprised. However, I do love this series. So I mean, if you haven't read the Carval series by Stephanie Garber, you definitely should. It's completed now, so you can just kind of marathon them all. I love them, you are gonna love them, and they're just a happy, fun, pure, exciting time. The next question is, without looking, does this book have any author blurbs on the cover? So for this one, I got the corresponding numbers of 4 and 23, so that's gonna be on this white shelf and right below my favorite shelf. Okay, so the 23rd book on this shelf is Queen of Air and Darkness. And I don't believe that there's any author blurbs on this one, actually. I'm pretty sure there may be one, and I know that there's Stephanie Garber. I know that Stephanie Meyer blurbed the original trilogy, no, not trilogy, series of the Mortal Instruments, but I don't know if her blurb is on this one. I'm gonna have to make a decision. I'm gonna say no blurb. I'm gonna say no Stephanie Meyer blurb. Okay, so I'm not looking at it. I'm not. I'm literally just pulling it up. Let's see. Does it have a blurb? Let's vote. I'm gonna say no. No blurb on the cover. No blurb. There are blurbs on the back. I don't know if that counts though. There's one from the Wall Street Journal. But on the cover, there is no blurbs. I think that counts. I'm gonna count it because you know what? This could have gone one of two ways. I mean, all of these questions could have gone one or two ways. But I'm surprised that I got this right. Also, this book is massive. Okay, so we're down to the very last question that I am going to be doing because that's all the numbers that I have. And that one is, without looking, does this book have a description on the back? So for this one, I got the corresponding numbers of 4 and 13. So I'm going to go to my 4th shelf, which was the same shelf we were just on, and to the 13th book. Okay, so this is the book that was number 13 on this shelf, and I definitely know that there is a description on the back because it's a paperback. Usually paperbacks have descriptions on the back. Do you feel what I'm saying? Yep, here's the description right here. And it says, now Adelina Amuteru, and I'm not going to say anything else because that would be a spoiler. So this is the second book in the series, and I love this series, and you should totally read it. It's one of my favorites by Marie Lu. Alright, so that was the How Well Do I Know My Books challenge, and I hope you guys liked this video. And if you want to do this one as well, just go ahead, go forth and do it. It is so much fun. I had such a good time. And if you do want to do it, let me know so I can give you some numbers to do. Don't forget to subscribe, like this video, and follow me on Twitter, Instagram, all those fun places. And I will see you all in my next video. Bye!